y'all been having any problems out here? Trespassers, people breaking in?
None that I know of. The only thing what comes to my mind is my son Paul was in a boat wreck a couple years ago, and there's been he was charged with being arrested for being the driver. There's been a lot of negative publicity about that, and there's been a lot of people online just really vile stuff. But when Paul's out and about, people routinely, I don't think I know the full story, so I don't think they give it to me. But he's been punched and hit and just attacked a lot. So, but nothing like this.
Yeah. Any one person in particular or a group of people?
I don't know.
That you could think of?
It's not that I know, no, sir.
Has he, other than being assaulted, has he received any direct threats related to the boat accident?
Oh, yes. All the time.
Recently?
Yes, sir. He gets them all the time.
Okay.
He gets them all the time.
What kind of,
I'm going to kick your ass, I've never been privy firsthand,
Is that through social media? Or?
No, ma'am. It's mostly like if he goes out places is what goes out, like somewhere. He's in college, so if he goes out, is what I understand. I can find out better details from some of his younger friends on that.
Who's his best friend?
His best friend in Columbia is Will's Chapman, Will Loving, Bobby Boyle. Bobby Boyle, Will Chapman, and Paul were getting ready to move into a house together in Columbia.
You said Will Chapman and Will Loving?
Will's with an S, Chapman, and Will with an L, Loving. Okay. Around here, his best friends are clearly Nolan Tootin and Rowe Gibson.
Nolan Tootin?
Yes, sir.
And what was the other one, I'm sorry?
Rowe Gibson.
Have you talked with any of these guys tonight?
Talked with Nolan, yes, sir.
Is he out here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I tried to call Rogan. Was one of the people he's the boy that I told you lives around the corner. That's very, he's just a good, healthy young man. You mind if I open the door real quick?
Go ahead. Do what you need to do. So is there anybody that you can think of that we need to talk to tonight? Is there a name that comes to mind?
I can't tell you anybody that I'm overly suspicious of off the top of my head. This is such a stupid thing. I'm even embarrassed to say it. But it just didn't make any sense. I just hired a guy out here, and he wasn't cutting the mustard, but I hadn't told him this yet. Paul's been working with him a lot. He killed the sunflower seeds in our dove field just recently, which is why Paul was here doing this. He told Paul a story the other day about how when he was in high school, he got in a fight with some black guys. And the FBI undercover team observed him fighting those guys and put him on an undercover team with 3 Navy SEALs. And that their job was to kill radical Black Panthers. And they did that from Myrtle Beach to Savannah. Now, I really don't think this guy, is probably the person, but that's just so freaking
Yeah, that's kind of a far-fetched
It's
story.
weird, but he was off today.
Okay.
He took his daddy to the doctor.
What's his name?
C.B. Rowe.
R-O-W-E?
Yeah, and I sent him a message to text me earlier today about the sunflowers, and he called me back when I was on the way to my mom's house.
Did you talk to him at that time?
Briefly, I was on the phone with a lawyer friend of mine named Chris Wilson from Bamberg, so I told him I'd call him back tomorrow, see him in the morning.
When you briefly talked to Mr. Rowe, what was his demeanor or attitude? Or
I mean, it seemed normal. I mean, I asked him about the sunflowers and so, you know, I mean, I'm sure he's a little bit.
where does he live?
I don't exactly know, somewhere in in Bronson.
Okay. Do you have his phone number?
I do.
You got it with you, Lisa?
I do. You know, but I do think him and Paul got along pretty well. That's just really, really weird.